All right. Hello. I think I am live. How are you all doing? Um, it's actually Tuesday, isn't it? Not right Monday on the title. Gosh, I don't even know what I'm doing. How are you all? Who have we got here? Truth Unveiled. Hey, how you going, guys? Kenna Dummy. Hello. Morning Glory. Okay. I don't know how to say that. Retina Retsum 96. Hello. Roxana. Hello. Mystery Schooler. Tahaqua. Cat Free. Dalton. Hello. What time is it down under? It is the morning. It is Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock, 9:07. Loyal Tangle. Hello. Oh, Anthony Mitchell. Yes, zombies. Yeah, we're going to have a look at what the CDC says about zombies. So that should be interesting. Kate. Oh, Kate, who used to be Emma. Hello. How you going? Tartaria Old World. Hello. Natalie, Mandy, Sean. Hello. Dalton. Oh, look at you all. 30 of you on there. All right. Hello, Eugene. All right. How are you all doing in Clown World? Yeah, I said it'd be a bit of a ride for September, and just over the last few days we've had Israel, um, the ouchie man from the USA. Can I say his name? All now saying you need to get 3 or 4 of Bill's pricks into you to be able to trade and all that kind of stuff. Scotty, Brian, Tommy, hello, Marcel, hello. All righty. So yes, shall we get into it and have a look at some pictures to start with? Then I'll come back and have a chat with everyone. So I'll have to get this, hang on, get my share screen sorted. And we are probably on the wrong page. Let's have a look. Okay, one sec. Whoops. Okay, we'll start off on this, hey? So what is Aphantasia? Now, can you guys see that? Hang on, let me just move my... 1 minute, I've lost you all. What am I doing? Okay, I've lost the screen. Sorry, 1 moment, guys. Hang on, sorry, 1 minute. I'm just going to have to give me a minute. I've got screens everywhere. Okay, let me do this. Okay, have we got 65 people? All right. Everyone's going off. Annie, Banter, hello. Natalie Stewart Rogers, Fabian, hello. D Smith. All right, let's get into it. So this is, now a few people mentioned this. I'm not sure who, it may have actually been I Heart Fairies who mentioned when I was premiering my video on, the people who don't have talk in their mind is sorry, I'm just getting this up. Okay, so there we go. Aphantasia is basically when you can't form pictures in your mind. So this is also to do with what we were talking about, people who don't have the dialogue in their mind. People with aphantasia can't picture. So it says, think of a horse. What do you see in your imagination? You might imagine, a horse in your mind. Meanwhile, your friend might only see a dim, vague image, while others find it easy to visualize. Some people can't visualize at all. People with aphantasia don't create images of familiar objects or places in their mind's eye, not for thoughts, memories, or images of the futures. They lack the visual system completely. So basically, when they're asked to picture something like a horse, they actually just picture the word. It's not the visual system. It can impact all sensory experience. Can you hear the horse neigh? Imagine what it would be like to travel on horseback. Imagination is a spectrum, and not just for our visual imagery, but across all senses. There exists remarkable, often unsuspected, invisible differences in our imaginative experience, ranging from aphantasia, which is no sensory imagination, to hyperphantasia, extremely vivid sensory imagination, and everything in between. So put simply, we all imagine differently. And that's an interesting word, isn't it? Hyperphantasia. Remember the Disney movie, right? Fantasia, all about imagination. So I just thought, yeah, I'd just throw that in just as another point, to my video, if you haven't seen already, the one on, what was it? Psychopaths, sheeple, and people who can't think. So there you go, Aphantasia. Oh, I heart fairies. There you go. I think it was you who put that up in the chat. How are you going? Thanks for being here. And this is a quick picture. This is now. Can I zoom in? Well, you can see this. It's called Christ Presented to the People, and this was sent to me on Telegram. And I did look for the name, whoever you are. Thank you for this. I lost the chat bit of who sent it to me, but you can see this picture here, right? Now we have another picture, this one, and look what we have down here, right? 2 tunnels or 2 archways or something going under the ground. And this one's just called Christ Presented to the People. And this one here is called Ecce Homo, Christ Presented. And look, they've just covered that all up and put people in front of it. So there you go, covering up history, just in 2 pictures right there. So again, thank you for who sent this through. If you're in the chat, let me know, because I lost your name. But yeah, there you go. Completely just whitewashing history, right? Covering it up. All right. So let's get into the castle. So Catherine Palace. Okay, so this is in what's it called? Pushkin. It's in Pushkin in Russia. Okay, and it says, following the Great Northern War, Russia recovered from the farm called Sari Mewe or something. Blah blah blah. In 1710, Peter the Great gave the estate to his wife Catherine, the village of which was initially called Tsarskoye Selo, and then finally Tsarskoye Selo. In 1723, Catherine's stone palace, designed by Jonathan Friedrich Braunstein and built by Jonathan Förster, replaced the original wooden house. This is what they replaced the original wooden house with. That, which is what you do in the 1700s. If you're just going to replace the Queen's wooden house, this is what you build, right? This. Now, this is the interior. Gold, anyone? Can I make that? Hang on, I'll see if I can make this a full screen for you guys. Is that better? Bit better? Yeah, look at that. So I've got some more pics we can zoom in on a bit. I mean, and this place is it's just ridiculous. Check out the ceiling there. Back in the day, apparently, domes, all that kind of stuff. So it says, during the reign of Peter the Great's daughter, Empress Elizabeth, Mikhail Zentsevich designed a new palace, and work began in 1744. In 1745, the next year, Zemtov's pupil, working with Chernovsky, Chevaninsky, expanded the palace to be 300 meters long. So it says here 1 year, and then they're expanding it. So basically they're saying that they've built in 1 year at least, the start of this palace, and then they expand it to be 300 meters long. Right, 300 meters long. Look at this thing. It's ridiculous. And then basically it was all finished. It says down here, blah, blah, blah. Where are we? Sculpt. I mean, it's covered with sculptures, blah, blah, blah. And then it says construction ended in 1756 when the palace included 40 state apartments and more than 100 private and service rooms. New gardens were added, blah, 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 blah. So 1756, okay, 1745, 10 years. 10 years is what it took to build this thing. Okay, and I've got some more pictures coming. And all the interior, everything, the whole lot. And it says here that in the Second World War, cars, trucks, and even tanks were parked inside the halls of Catherine Palace. And it's actually called Catherine Palace, and it's in Pushkin. So they parked cars and tanks inside this place. And then it says, the Immaculate Gardens were bombed into oblivion. The rolling meadows and English parks were strewn with buttercups and bluebells, but endless coils of barbed wire, marauding Mongols could not have treated Pushkin more barbarously than the Nazis. And by the end of their occupation, all but one of the dazzling collections of the palace and outbuildings had been burnt, blitzed, or bombed. Or I'll add there, or stolen, taken away to private collections, right? The priceless treasures and pieces of Russia's history had either been stomped over or stolen. There you go, stolen. As the hideout for the Gestapo, only the Alexander Palace remained comparatively unscathed. So they're saying this place got destroyed pretty much in World War II. But I mean, look at it, it's still there. But yeah, obviously this is war, right? They go in and they steal all the stuff under the guise of war. And it's just all a big scam. So I'm just going to bring up some more pictures here. Let's see, how do I do this? Hang on. Let me try that again. Chat amongst yourselves. Okay, let me do this. Pushkin. Share screen. All right. Okay, can you see that? Now you probably can't see that. Oh gosh, hang on one more second. I'm getting there. Okay, this one. All right, so can you see that? All right, so here we go. These are some pictures of inside. This is obviously inside Pushkin Castle. And check this place. What this reminds me of, it's just exactly like what we're shown is, like in France. It's exactly the same, everything. The palaces there, and no doubt all through, Europe, and no doubt all palaces everywhere used to look like this. And I guess the question is this original, or is this part of the refacing, all this gold? Because, we do see, the scrolling and the sort of mirror frames, all this kind of stuff. So I'm not sure, but look at this blue thing. What is that? It looks like it's carved from rock. So I'm not really sure what that is. But there's also another little blue down here, like a little, lamp or something. So not sure what that, blue stuff is. This is another room. Here we go. And this is the thing, right? They're built in 10 years, right? All of this stuff. And just ridiculous. Now, I'm pretty sure this is at least gold leaf. I'm not sure. But look, this is what's left after they stole everything. Apparently, this is the story, right? Of course, just everything. We've got the arches everywhere, got the framing. But again, what do you think? Is this Phoenician? I mean, look at these candle holders, or these light holders. Look at that, all the way along the wall. And the floors in this place are ridiculous as well. Here's just a bit more, everything, just as you walk through the arch, right? The archway. The Janus archway, as Paul would say. And even there, it's just got stuff. It's just completely covered. Mirrors everywhere. Look at all these lights all around the mirrors, lighting the mirror on the wall. So, I mean, this is the thing. It kind of looks Venetian-y, doesn't it? This is the outside, of course, the gardens, right? Always this geometry. You've got to have your random statues everywhere. And this is the palace. Look at this thing. And then, yeah, I've got a picture of this. We can have a look at this Antiquatech as well. But, the same stuff, right? Portals, arched windows up here. Here, we've got the portico, the triangles, the same stuff everywhere. Of course, we've got steps going up, and you can see this is all raised up. So there's obviously the platform under this. And that's something I'm going to need to cover as well, is all these buildings seem to be on, we know they're sunk, but there are a few pictures around of ones, that aren't, and they seem to be built up on platforms, like the Crystal Palace, how it's up on it was up on a platform and there was a train station under there. So I think that's what's underground is, probably got a story or two, but then I think we've got these big foundations because, they were building foundations different. They, we just like whack a cement slab down now, right? And just build on that. Well, unless it's a big, tower, that then they do sort of the big pillar foundations. But these ones, yeah, seem to be built on just this bottom story foundation thing. So I'm going to have to look into that. But yeah, this place is pretty cool, right? Catherine Palace in Pushkin. This is just a wall, and that's how you cover walls. And again, the height, right? Who was this built for? Because clearly, this wasn't built in, 10 years back in the 1700s. I think we all understand that. But look at this. Where would they have got all the craftsmen and artisans to do this? I mean, just this one room. And look, these are all up here. We've got cherubs. It's just ridiculous. Cherubs everywhere. Paintings on the ceiling, of course, in their frames with the scrolling, and just, I mean, is that wood? Do you think? I mean, it's not the best contrast there, but I'm not sure if that's wood. But look at the floor. Look at this floor. Just total geometry, but that's inlaid wood. That's ridiculous. And then, I mean, and look at the furniture. Like the furniture, I don't know, it all looks a little bit small, doesn't it? And of course, these doorways, they've always got these bits on top of them where it looks like they could have been filled in. What is that? Look at this. Some kind of, it almost looks like a Mewe woman, like, like the symbol for, what's that coffee place? I've forgotten their name. But yeah, so this kind of looks, Phoenician, like the people who have come in and taken over, they've just plastered their stuff everywhere to sort of rebrand it, right, as theirs. Got the crown up here with the cross, right, the Maltese cross on top. And this, what is that? Almost looks like a bird or something, but I don't think it is. The shield here with, oh, there you go, double-headed eagle with the crown on top. So they've taken over that symbol as well, made it their own. We've got the portals, all the bits. Here you go. We've got our ghouly faces, of course. You've got to have the ghouls. All right. So, but the rest of it, this all looks very nice, right? This looks, all the blue and white and the railing, that looks, original. I mean, that may have been facaded too, who knows? But because this is definitely, it's a red bricker. It's clear. I've got photos of that later. It's definitely a red bricker. Here's some Antiquatech. Look at that. golden domes, got our balls, and we got the statues, which were probably acting as antenna, just stylized. In belfries, these are closed in with windows, so did they have bells in them? Here we have a big sunburst, bit of scrolling, and just every window. Look at this. What are they, cherubs? I think they're cherubs, just on every window, just like everything. Like, this is how did they just cover every single, square centimeter? It's just ridiculous. This is obviously the blue room. Again, look at the floors just completely inlaid with wood. But look at this. I'm not sure what this thing is. It looks like it's a lamp now. I mean, so what do we think that was? Like, they're obviously going to say that was like a candelabra. Obviously, it's got electricity in it now, but is that an old world, free energy lamp or something? It's got the pillar, upturned dome, I mean, this could, who knows? Have to get Bernie. Is Bernie in the chat? Artwork, just ridiculousness. These are the gates. Again, look at the size. Okay, this looks, to be the original wrought iron maybe, but again, who knows, because it's got all that scrolling stuff. So, this is all this kind of scroll here. This is like Fibonacci, right? Like a Fibonacci spiral. So this could all be original, but all the gold on the top might be added. Again, we've got our double-headed eagle with the crown on top, right? No doubt there's a Maltese cross on there. So what's original and what isn't? This is the question. Oh, now my cat's yelling at me. Also, guys, I got woken up, just so you know, I got woken up this morning by the house alarm just randomly going off. And then it went off again like an hour and a half later. So if there's a mad screaming noise, I'm going to have to stop the stream and I'll turn it back on because it has gone off randomly twice already. But yeah, look at this, right? And look at these bits, pointing up like a non-finished, roof. But these are, what are these? These pillars, because these are obviously covered. But if this is different material, like different types of rocks or metal, that's like orgonite, right? That attracts free energy, ether energy. So is this, in the gateway? It's really hard finding out, what's original old and what's how far the facading went. Because this is some more wrought iron and this looks different. Okay, this hasn't got so much scrolling in it. It's got a little bit, but it's just a different look, isn't it? So is this original? Who knows, right? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? It's clearly means something. But look at that old world wrought iron, and this is, I mean, from the story, they're saying this is what, 250 years old, and not rusted. And the old world wrought iron does not rust. This is a picture, obviously, but do they call these palisades? Like a covered walkway. And we see these, they got this at the Vatican, and you can see it curved. This will be a big, like, curved half circle, arcing half circle. And these things are everywhere too. So what are these with all the pillars? Was this, who knows? Did you walk this and get certain energies or something? Of course, we've got symbols and stuff all up here. It's just the old knowledge is coming back. And here's the tech. Look at that. What do you think? Now, okay, these are actually crosses. They looked like statues before. I'm pretty sure it's the same domes, but it's the same everywhere, right? The balls, the spires, the stylized sort of antenna on top, the belfries. Of course, they're, called belfries because they're free of bells now. And Martin did cover the destruction of bells, and the wars. right? And we just read in Wikipedia that they went in World War II and they cleaned this place out. So did they take all the bells out? No doubt. We just don't know. We just don't have the full story. But that's just ridiculous. It's it's just ridiculous. And of course, gold. Covered in gold, and gold's a good conductor. And look, it's all covered down here. Is this? Were they running the circuits through the gold? Who knows? Or is it internal? I don't know, but that's just silly. And of course, this is Russia, so very similar to the Kremlin, right? Those kind of onion domes that they have on the Kremlin. Here's another shot. So it's just, and of course these, who knows? These could all be, that's a very sort of Christianized cross. But these could all be new. Just look at this. Look at the ribbing, the detail just in that ribbing there. Look at it. It's so beyond. But then look at this. We've got ghouls down here. The ghouls looking over everything, right? The Archon, keeping an eye on everything. So that's the thing is, this would obviously have to be part of the original structure, the domes and that. So is this the facading? Have they just sort of added this? Well, how much did they add? And there you go. Nice shot. Lots of plant pots. And, the old story, right? Stairs going up, windows down. Pillars, completely stylized. Massive crown on top. I think that's just a shield, with a double-headed eagle. These look like wings. Is that, open charge, right? Who's in charge now? Is that what all this is about? Taking over the charge? Get out, we're in charge now. This is the thing, right? The words. And of course, look at this massive spire coming off behind, those who are in charge. And I still don't know what these are. What are chimneys and fireplaces? Still got to look into that. It's a bit. And it's all, look at this, it's all sitting on top of a big copper dome. So, look at that. It's just built into this copper dome. And these windows popping out of it, the portals. So, that's a pretty good shot of the, so we've got, of course, it's the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 around the center, right? So the 4 points, the 4 corners, the 4 angels, the 4 angles around the center, the mount, Mount Mewe, the tree of life, the black rock, whatever you want to call it. Of course, black rock, right? They want to take that over too. Clues everywhere. And then, the bells, which are now bell free to start the harmonics, and sitting on copper, gold, all conductive, and then running down into this massive building. So that could just be like an energy center. We just don't know. Well, I think we, we have suspicions. Look at this. This is just one of the hallways. And, it just shows everything. All the rooms are different colors. They're all themed. It's just ridiculous. These are plates. All this work to put a plate on the wall and a vase, right? These are all vases. These are obviously what didn't get stolen, old world vases and things. And just this is how they used to do their vases, completely covered in art or, symbols, pictures, expression of something. I'd say these are old world because it'd be pretty hard to cover them. But everything used to just be done just so well, so eloquently. Just more gold, more of this blue stuff like we saw in that other room, right? This almost looks, it's not the best contrast. Kind of reminds me of like what we see in Asia and Thailand and Angkor Wat. It's just got that kind of, and almost India, almost, the sort of Indian, how they're really just intricately covered in things. And yeah, I don't know what it's made out of. Looks like a blue rock, but look at how all this gold is just reflecting on this floor as well. All right. Down here we've got, what are these? Little statues or something. And of course, look at the floor. Look at this. I mean, that's a lot of work. And every single floor in this place is like this. All done in 10 years, right? From a wooden shack that they knocked over to this in 10 years. And that's the size of it. Okay, so this, I mean, that's actually not the whole bit, but this whole bit is 300 meters long. And then we have all this at the back. And again, this shape, very much, look at this, how it comes up, angles, and this semicircle. You have the break, the gateway, and the this is exactly what we see everywhere. The Vatican, Versailles, just all the palaces, right? And in the ground, got the Fibonacci's and things, the architect, the geometry, and just ridiculous. Just for a doorway. And of course these, topless, Phoenician, I would say, they don't have legs, they're sort of forming into, into fins, into mer women. Up the top here, we have, they kind of look like cherubs. Are they sitting? Oh, okay. I thought they were half horse, but they're actually sort of laying back. And got the wreaths. Okay, we've got the mirror up here in its frame, or the portal, the crown on the top with the ball and the spire. Right, who's in charge? Got to crown it. Got people here holding the flames, right? The torch, which they stole. That's representing, we said on the Statue of Liberty, and that represents, of course, the eternal flame, which goes back. That's not Phoenician. That's something that they've stolen and usurped. But it's just, I mean, come on. Look at this, mirrors, on the wall. I mean, that almost looks like a crown, that one, doesn't it? And it's, of course, got a crown on top of it. Crowning glory. That's just one wall in this massive palace. So, again, it's like this looks like this is the facading. This is what they've come in and put over. So, I mean, even that is very impressive, to get all this done. And of course, this is probably where all these, archonic psychos live, in these palaces that they stole, and they're probably living, and they probably, in all this luxury that our ancestors built, not theirs. Look at, again, every room themed. It's all got its own color scheme. This floor, I'm not sure what the cracks here is. It's probably marble. You can see, that crack. It's all inlaid. And again, see this. Is this original? Because this has got, the scrolling, kind of leafy, nature kind of looking stuff, which we do see stuff like that, with all the Phoenician, gaudiness, but it's different. I'm thinking this is original, and what we see, like in the last picture, with all that, all this kind of scroll, it's just different. It's slightly different, that they stylize it differently. So I think, it's just like everything, right? They just usurp. They just take what we do and they change it. So I think this is probably original. I don't know. What do you think? Statues. I'm not sure. I'm thinking all statues are Phoenician, just from the fact that, everything, from our text, what our people and our ancestors say is, don't worship false idols. Don't make these statues to worship. So I'm pretty sure that's all a Phoenician thing, because that's what they like us to do, right? They give us the celebs and the stars to worship, and they give us their pictures and their statues and all that kind of crap. So up here, yeah, this is, I don't know, nice eagle there, a single head. So this, this looks different, but then in the middle we've got this, right, which looks Phoenician. You can probably hear my cat meowing. We've got phoenix. Is that like a phoenix sort of griffin type thing up here? Art on the ceiling, right? Why not? That's where you put, and look, that's art, like curved, arched. So that's probably being painted on the ceiling, upside down. Like, who was it? It wasn't Da Vinci, who did the Sistine Chapel. I reckon he laid on his back for 10 years or something. But just look at this ceiling, right? Look at how hard, we've got a half dome here, and just look at these lines, right? We've got this dome here, and then it just domes off different angles, and then they just cut it up and straighten it just to make it harder again. It's just see, this can't have been that hard for them to do, because or else it wouldn't be everywhere. That they've got to have worked out how to have done all these lines, kind of easily, because that's we don't have the knowledge to build that. We just don't. It may be hidden away. It may be still in this realm. I'm sure it is, but it's definitely not. We're not privy to it. Yeah. I mean, what do you say about a place like this? Again, look at this floor. Look at this. And this is the thing, that the nature theme, right? The leaves and the vines, and it's all sort of nature looking. This is, of course, made of wood. So I don't know if they're cutting down trees. That's not very good. And then we have these, right? Up on their pedestals, we have the Phoenician, idols, if you want to call it that, the things that they want us to worship. Look at the ceiling. Gosh. I mean, this is the thing. Everything, it's seriously like, when we look at it, this is the hardest way to do things. But it can't have been the hardest way to do things for them, or they wouldn't have done it everywhere. I mean, just look at these angles, right? Arches, then it sits down, then it goes back up again. I mean, it's just ridiculous. A few more pics, and then we'll have a chat. I think this is what we saw before, but just mirrors, right? Mirrors everywhere. Mirrors are a big thing. And of course, a lot of not ancient tribes, but a lot of tribal people, when they first see me, or get reintroduced to mirrors, they don't like them. They think that they steal souls and things like this. So is there something to that? We've got a lot of stories, like that, of course, with Snow White as well, right? Talking to entities in mirrors. Just a painting on the roof. Why not? That's actually not the best painting in the world, is it? It's not really up there with Da Vinci or anything. So that could just be a redo by someone who couldn't paint so well. And there we go. That's it. That's the end of those pics. So I'll click that off. There we go. We'll have a chat. All right, 300 of you watching. What did you think of that? That was Pushkin Castle, or in Pushkin, sorry, it was Catherine Castle in Pushkin in Russia. Now, how do I put comments up? How do I do this? Comments. Hang on, I'm working. Gosh. Comments. How do I put comments up? Comment. Do I click on them? Is that how I do it? Oh, there we go. Oh, who have we got here? Ancient One. Hello, how you going? Sean, hello. So the Bible happens in the mind. The first pic is that of a skull, and then presenting. Oh, okay. This is from those pics before. Presenting Christ. So obviously they don't want you to know that Christ is your very own beautiful imagination, or you're shitty. Yeah, look, I agree. Christ, whatever you want to call it, the Christ consciousness, God, the Holy Spirit, whatever. It's our imagination, guys, because that's how we create. And that's sort of why, I was talking about, the aphantasia, right? It's clearly, I had that video. There's been, a lot of discussion, a lot of stuff in the comments. And what it seems is we all think differently. Now, the internal dialogue, that still gets me. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's clear that people think, like it said, we think, some of us can have, very vivid pictures and imaginations, and we can, get smells and sounds and feel wind on us and all this kind of stuff in our imagination, and others can't. They might just picture an apple, a static apple. But I mean, is that because they're not using it very much? It's like, use it or lose it, right? So I think we've probably all got it. It's like anything, like, people who are psychic and that, they work on those things. And sorry about my hair too, if it's, I washed it yesterday. It's just gone, berserk. So so we all think differently, but the imagination, definitely. I think that's how we create, right? That's how we create. Carlos, hello. I think we are all fragments of the Most High God. I would totally agree with that. For like fractals, but more like, what are they called? Holograms. And a hologram is where every piece of the whole contains the whole. So if you get a hologram, in those like glass or whatever, and you can see the picture in there, if you smash that, every piece will contain the whole picture. So we're holograms of God. We're fractals, whatever you want to say. Space is just that empty space, but it's outer space that's fake. The universe abhors a vacuum, right? I was thinking about this the other day. What was I thinking? When we stare into space, right? They say, oh, he's just staring into space. That's kind of what they want us to think. Again, it's just this, they just alter things slightly. You're not staring into space, because space is a void, right? It's a nothing. You're staring into the everything, and this is the whole thing. They tell us, 99% of everything's not, it's empty space. It's not. The 99% is the everything, the Holy Spirit, the Christ consciousness, the God, the Roald, or whatever you want to call it. It's the everything, and that's us. And this is the thing. They say God is omnipotent, right? And omnipotent means that it is everywhere and in everything. So, of course, God has to be in us. So no empty spaces. I agree. Bilma Flip. My latest video is on the Pyrenees prisons. Oh, there you go. Prisons up in the mountains. I feel strongly that the Pyrenees was in those places, and they aren't just from his imagination. Well, there you go. So go check out Bill Miller Flip. Feel free to drop your link if you want. Who else we got here? Diesel in New Jersey. They say there is a multiverse. Yeah, they call it a universe. Exactly. And of course, the universe, right, is the one song, the one vibration, the one tune. But that's, that's where we are. But this is the thing. We can contact other universes, but they want us trapped in their, right, their one song. And of course, the university, right? You go there and they teach you, this is what it is. This is what the song is. And then you leave with 1 degree. If you go to the Freemasons, you can get more than 33 degrees. And I've heard, what is it? Is it Moorish Freemasonry that does 360 degrees, which is the full circle, of course. You're not energy ether. You are awareness of being aware. Ultimately, we're just consciousness. Yeah, we're awareness, but we're in a place where we have a physical body. This is a physical experience, but this is a, it's like a bubble almost of experience where we come down to experience solidity and physicalness, which is created by, energy. I mean, energy is a word, right, for just that stuff that just creates everything. I mean, that's what it is. Who else we got here? I Heart Fairies. Hello, Imagination Unicorn Purple. Yes, I agree. Hello. Mark Emery, density gradient. Yes. For the atmosphere. Aphantasia. Yeah, exactly right. Aphantasia. So that was obviously to do with imagination. Aphantasia. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of subconscious subliminal messages are in that one. Norgal. I have no idea what that means. Hello, 17 Joy. Bernard Conkin learning about ozone today. Oh, is he on? Is he on? I didn't see him. I know he was. I haven't. Oh, there he is. Oh, Bernard Conkin. Hello. There you go. Were you learning about ozone? I looked for your chats when your chats with Rex coming up. I had a look and I haven't seen anything yet. So let me know. We didn't come down. We rose up. Exactly right, like the rose. And we're still rising. Exactly, we're rising. This is what this is all about. Juhome. Yes. No, ignore that, guys. That's a fact-checked false. We are creators of God. Yes, and probably of God. We're the creation and the creators. Kate, how you going? We are all just frequency. We just manifest as a corporeal bodies to make sense of it. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. This is like down here. It's like a reactionary kind of an experience, right? It's to show us that we create, and what we create comes back to us. So, create what you want. It comes back to us in a physical way so that we can experience it. That's just the way that we experience things. Everything is energy on that level, but it becomes physical so we can interact with it and experience it. Lies exposed 11th. Hello. Atmoplane, not atmosphere. Well, yeah, exactly. Or atmosflat, some people call it, but yeah, I mean, who knows if there's a dome up there, it kind of, atmos half sphere. All right. We are creators. Yes, Tony Drake. Hello. Two hats, unicorn face. Hello. Sarah Ann Smith. D nice. I've been fasting. Oh, fasting. Nice. Fasting is good. I did a fast a couple of weeks ago for 3 days. Definitely fasting. It's a good way to cleanse, just get rid of the crap. And it's if you're going to fast as well, a lot of meditation. It really it helps you contact. Get in contact with source. Not tomato sauce, but God's source. The energy in our body is as old as time. Yeah. We, ultimately there is no time, right? Except down here in this experience. So yeah, we're eternal. Death doesn't exist. That's just fear. Moon has an exact copy of our Earth map. Yes. So there's a few theories there. There's what's the channel called? I have forgotten. Who shows the moon maps, and yeah, I mean that he's mapped the whole thing out. He does flight paths and everything. And there's also Crater Earth Man, with the name that I can't pronounce. So this is the thing. It's all questions, right? We're just looking into this, and when you're looking into things, and I've seen it a bit lately. Is this whole you're wrong, I'm right, yelling at people? It's not helping. There's we know about bad energy, and there's a thing called Wetiko, which is a North American native term, basically the term for archon or devil, but they explain it more as a consciousness, a way that you see things, and it's a low vibration, and so that's fear, right? And that's hate, and you're right, you're wrong, and ego. That's all low vibration. So ultimately we don't know all the answers, so telling someone they're wrong is it's all it's going to do is put you in a box and stop you from learning. So people are allowed to have their own opinions and talk to them, because this is the thing. When you just talk instead of saying you're right, you're wrong, you'll always learn something. So definitely what we see is flat, but we don't know the makeup. We don't know what's above us, what's below us. We don't know much, right? We don't know much. So we're in this place. I just think we just need to be open to learning. And as soon as you judge, you're right, you're wrong, you've cut that off. So yeah, there you go, little rant. Leap project, yes. We need to cough. Hang on. Have you done those yet, Bernie? Let us know. Drop a link if you have. Because yeah, you're going to have a chat with him and alien scientists and all that kind of stuff. Spirit Woman, welcome. Hello. Angela, baby, Carson. Yes, Iwa Anon. Great series. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. He's not sure if his channel's still up, but it's been mirrored a lot of times. If you think you have the ultimate answer, turn the page. I agree. Flat Plain, Oregon. Great advice. D Nice. We are told to eat 3 times a day, so you know it's probably every 3 days, even 3 weeks. Yeah. This is the thing. We definitely eat too much, and of course, look at the food, that they give us, and of course, under the guise of health, right? You can accept Bill's prick into your life, and get a free donut or free Maccas, right? Because it's all about health. So we definitely ate wrong. The Essenes only ate within an 8-hour period. So we have, 24 hours a day, and we have 3, functions in our body as far as eating, and they are, the first one is eating, the second one is assimilation, so processing that food and getting all the minerals out, and the third is getting rid of it out the other end, right? And so this is the thing, we're only supposed to eat within an 8-hour period, because if we don't, then we're stuffing up our body clock the way that it wants to work, because it's in these cycles. So this is, all these midnight snacks, and they do it on telly, don't they? So if people are sitting up bored at night watching movies, look at the ads they show. It's all food and fast food. No doubt it's all Uber Eats now. Get people eating in the middle of the night. They can't wake up because they're still trying to process their food. They've got no energy. So this stuff, we do know a lot of the answers, and it's quite kind of simple, but they definitely don't tell us. Where are we? Annie D, hello, welcome. Bill Gates has a needle dick. Exactly, and no doubt his husband does as well. Tall oaks, freer is better. Yes, and guys, we are all free, but free is a state of mind, right? If someone tells you you're not free and you believe them, well, you've just given it away. If we come from here, funny why we still can't decide as a proper diet. Yeah, well, yeah. We just get taught so many wrong things. And this is the thing, when you talk about diet, and things like veganism, it gets a reaction that's almost, it's worse than politics and religion now. The reaction you get, it's like, some people, if you're a vegan, they just hate you. They just hate you. They're like, what are you doing? Go and kill animals and eat them. And that just sort of shows that it's programmed. It's a programmed response. The reaction shows that it's programmed. So if it's programmed, question it. And that's really all I'll say on that. Everyone's free to make their own decisions. Just remember, there is karma, right? Everything's created. It's all part of the creation. So if we're destroying the creation, is that going to give us good karma or bad karma? Because this whole thing about we need meat, we don't. My sons went vegan at 16 and 12. So while they were growing, they're now 17 and 23. One's 6'1", one's 6'3". They're very healthy. They're very smart, very creative. They're building businesses online and stuff, and they're, my eldest is just a musical genius, basically. Just question the narrative, guys. Question the narrative. That's what we say, right? Plant your victory gardens. Yes, I agree. Oh gosh, I keep losing. Annie D, plant your victory gardens. Definitely do that. 344 of you watching. Thank you for joining me. What do I think of the films Cloud Atlas and Infinite? Cloud Atlas is pretty I haven't seen Infinite, I don't think. I may have. It rings a bell. Cloud Atlas. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? This is the thing. I mean, this whole alien, and that they, obviously through all the movies, right? Aliens, physical aliens coming from physical other, solar systems, planets, all this kind of stuff. Traveling light years to get here. This is what we're told, but I think what the reality is that the people or the beings that are visiting us that we can contact are from different realms, different frequencies, because we know we only see in a very narrow band, right? We can't see infrared, we can't see ultraviolet. But who says that there's not, another Earth right here, that's right here in the same space, the same physical space, but on a different vibration. So we just can't interact with it or see it, and they can't interact or see us. But it's all, it's like a musical scale. I think that's probably what we're looking at, much more than physical civilizations on balls somewhere light years away. Who else have we got here? Grady H, hello. Get on with it. Me. What do you want? More pictures? Tartarian Tartar McTwisted. If it tastes like chicken, keep licking those. Keep licking. Tastes like trout. Throw it out. Well, there you go. Little poem for us. Kathy Marshall, bring back the old ways. I agree. This is what we need. With the old ways, we have protection, right? The old ways are grow your own food. Make sure you've got something to eat. Build your own houses. Make sure you've got somewhere for shelter. Build your own communities. Make sure you're supported. But the system is not give that away. Don't know your neighbours. Don't grow your food. Buy it from us. And of course, we'll give you crap. Buy our stupid houses that will hook up to to the grid, and it'll cost you a ton to run them and put our air conditioning in them. Don't learn how to build proper houses that don't need heating or air conditioning. So it's all we have the answers. We just got to leave the system. Or time travels, frequency rider. Yeah. I mean, time. Yeah, definitely time. Underground cities, all cities. Yes, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. Definitely. Kathy Marshall. Also our dreams. I've been looking into oh gosh, what was Neville? What's his name? Neville. I just saw him there. Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard. Yeah, he's back from sort of the 50s, I think, is when he was around the 60s. And he talked a lot about imagination, and he talks, like we were saying before, that the imagination is God, or the Creator, the Holy Spirit, whatever, however you want to say that, because that's how we create. And his big emphasis was on visualizing before you go to sleep. So when you're in bed, get into that state, see where you want to be, and visualize it. And it was his sort of concept is that takes you into the dream world, right? Which is a creation world. That's our imagination, and through that, we sort of bring that stuff from the ether to us quicker. We get a stronger pull if we do it, before we go to sleep. And also because we're also in that sort of is it delta brainwave place. So yeah, sleep and dreams, very, very, very powerful stuff. Definitely. Goddard, Annabelle Echo, you've read his books. Good on you. I haven't read much of him. I've actually just come across him the last week or so. So I'm starting to devour a lot of his information. Fractal Earth explains it. What's Fractal Earth? Grady, you have to drop a link or let us know. Fractal. Is that as far as, the flower of life, fractal? Yes, who knows? Bernie, how you going, mate? Love and respect. Talk to you soon. Let's do a stream in a couple of hours. Okay, email me. Yes, let me see. I actually, I got woken up at 7 a.m. with my alarm going off. So I jumped up and thought I'd do a live with you guys. Humans are carnivore. Oh, do you think so, Mark? Why do you think that? This is the thing. Why do we think this? Where do these thoughts come from? Are they based on anything? Because not to get into it too deeply, but when you look at our our digestive system, the length of our digestive tracts, the length of our small and large intestines, all this kind of stuff, even up to our appendix and organs like this, it's exactly the same as vegetarians. It's not the same as carnivores. Carnivores have short systems, so they just get stuff and then they get it out the end. Vegetarians have long systems because it takes longer to get all the nutrients and break plants down. And that's also because there's more toxins in meat. So there you go. Walter Russell is essential too. I agree, Walter Russell. I need to get into more of his stuff. Very busy. Hello, Nancy. How are you going? Holol Bonner. We need to remember to get mushrooms to grow. I think the light will be lit for a couple of years at least. Yeah. And I guess lights, hydroponics, even greenhouses though. Because that amplifies the heat and the light, that they work. But definitely, with the light, we're going into a solar minimum. So yeah, we do need to have options, not just outside stuff, but definitely, mushrooms you can grow in the dark, right? Nancy, did I say hello to you? I just saw that. Nancy Volker, hello. Heather Phillips, hello. Who have I missed? Anyone? New comments, D nice. Samuel Hyde, nice name. Hello there. Thank you. Lenny Mears, hello. Face Diaper, how you going? Vegans smell delicious to me. Well, there you go. If this was smell-o-vision, you could smell me. Carcass cruncher. Shape of our teeth. Yeah, shape of our teeth, right? No fangs. Molars for crushing fibrous material. Yeshua is the truth, the way of life. Whatever name you want to put on that. The force. And I look at it. It's the energy, right? It's the energy that binds and animates everything. It's the creative essence, which we have. That's our imagination. That's how we connect to it. That's why we're a hologram, a fractal of the all. So there you go. All right. Muddy May, hello. Yes, you've caught me live. How you going? Welcome. Kelly Dolan. Yes, Kelly, did you share the pictures? Did you? Was that you? Thank you if it was on Telegram. And also, guys, I don't think I'll put the links in. They may be down there, but there is Telegram channels. So there's an Autodidactic one with a chat, so you can have a bit of a chat. And there's also Instant Karma Project, which is maybe another channel that I've got. I may have another one. Some of you have seen that. Basically, we got kicked off YouTube a couple of months ago. They didn't like our content because we were, covering, what's going on. So there's a chat. We're still on Bitchute. And last night with Dean, my partner from Instant Karma Project, we had a chat with David Icke. So we got about an hour and 20 minutes with him, which was really good. He was great. I wasn't sure how it was going to be because we were talking to his daughter and she was like, oh, he's, try and keep it to an hour. He's doing a lot of work. He's a bit stressed, but he was really good. We got an hour and 20. We probably could have gone longer, to tell you the truth. So that'll be out. We'll probably have something out to the end of this week, but, we've got to sort of cut it up. The full thing will be up on Bitchute and Odysee. Obviously, we'll get that up on there, but then we'll do some cuts as well for YouTube, see if we can get away with it. So that's coming. Yeah, so that's coming up. That was really good fun. He was great. He was really, really good. And I've also got a chat on next month or this coming Monday with the yummy doctor, Amanda Vollmer. So that should be really good too. As well as it seems like a chat coming up today with Bernard. Friday, another chat with Kelly. And we're going to be talking to the Strongs, who are the guys from Australia who discovered or who have been studying the Gosford glyphs in the Blue Mountains, the Egyptian hieroglyphs in Australia. So lots happening, guys. So and in between this all, I am trying to make videos as well for you. So pretty busy at the moment. And one thing I'll mention is a couple of people have mentioned, with all this social media, there's just so many platforms, and I'm so confusion. You know, I started Telegram because I thought that might be a good chat platform, but a lot of people are saying, what's it called? Oh God, now I've forgotten. That other platform is better. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I've sent a few emails out. So if anyone, you know, wants to help, wants to, you know, admin these sites, keep them running, because, you know, I've started a lot of pages and things, but I just can't get to them. I just do not have the time. I haven't been to my Facebook page forever. You know, I post like my videos on it and things like just through YouTube, but there's a Mewe page, and there's stuff everywhere, but I just don't have the time to get to it. So you send me an email or leave it in the comments or something. If you're interested in helping out, if you're good with that kind of stuff, yeah, because all help would be appreciated. And if anyone knows anything about like social media, is there any kind of program that I can get where I can just put a video on it and it will post it for me on all these different platforms? Because at the moment, Odysee uploads automatically, but I've got to then go to, you know, there's Bitchute and Rumble and all these different platforms, and I've got to literally go to each one and physically upload each video. So if anyone knows how to make that simple, more simple, please let me know. All right, so let's get back into okay, King Alfred's Tower. Now this is a tower, so I'll do a share screen again. That looks like the right one. There we go, King Alfred's Tower. I'm not sure why it's not full screen, but now this is in England. Welcome to the King Alfred's Tower website. The project to build the tower was conceived in 1762 by the banker Henry Hoare. That's a good name for a banker, right? Henry Hoare. And not just Henry Hoare, Henry Hoare II, right? So he's the second Hoare. And of course, when I was in primary school, we used to have a thing, and we'd hold our tongue and say, my dad's is your dad a banker? And of course, when you hold your tongue, all bankers are wankers, right? So he lived 1705 to 1785, owner of Store Head and the creator of its famous garden, known to his family as the Magnificent. There you go. The tower was intended to commemorate the end of the 7 Years' War against France, because that's what you do at the end of a war. You build a tower like this, right? And this thing's just out in the middle of nowhere, of course. It's ridiculous. After the ascension of King George III, supposedly stands near the location of Egbert's Stone, where it is believed that the Alfred the Great, King of Wessex, rallied the Saxons in May 878. Oh my God, so we jump back 1,000 years here, before the important Battle of Ethandun, now Eddington. In the summer of 1764, Henry the Hoare, in a letter to his elder daughter Susanna, said, I have one more scheme. They're all scheming, right? One more scheme which will crown or top it all. As I was reading Voltaire, well, there you go. He's got a half a brain. In his character of Alfred the Great, he says something in French that I can't read. Out of gratitude to him, I propose to erect a tower at King's Ett. So there you go. So he built this tower. Now the tower is 49 meters or 160 feet high, and it's a triangle. It's built in a triangular plan with round projections on each of the three corners. Okay, so this is not easy to build. This is geometry, this thing. One of these furthest from the entrance door has a spiral staircase with which you can climb. So let's have a quick look. I'll just get my pics up. I've got them there. Okay. And I'll just stop that for a sec and share screen. So King Alfred's Tower. Where are you, King Alfred's Tower? Oh. There. Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to do this again, aren't I? Sorry. 1 minute. Oh, gosh. I will have to get this sorted. Share screen. There. Okay, so this is it, right? This is the tower. King Alfred's tower. Okay, so as you can see, it's a triangle, right? And on each of the corners are circles. So, just to design and build that, that's not easy. It's like I've been saying, everything, they just do it to what seems to us the hardest way possible. Look at this thing, red bricker, right? This is King, the king. What was his name? Gosh, I've forgotten. Yeah, this is clearly, this could have clearly been added. This portico may have been there, who knows? But this statue doesn't. It looks like it's jutting out from the wall as well, so probably not original. Of course, they frame all their little bit. That'll be, we built it. Look at all the lime coming out of this as well. But this is the tower, right? Full red brick. Look at this. Looks like a castle. But this is, you can see every corner. This is the one. There's a spiral staircase going up here. But what was this built for? They say just to commemorate the end of a war. And of course, you can see it's not sitting flat, but it's a huge, it's just in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. So, what's underneath that, you reckon? Because in this picture back here, you can kind of see how this goes down. That's lower. It's on a hill. It's right. It's this. So what's underneath it? Because it's just so random, right? Like and what for? I mean, I guess they could say a lookout tower, but they're not even saying that. They're just saying it's just a commemoration. This is up the top. So up the top we have, these castle features. Who knows what was on that? Is that, I don't know what that's made out of. Looks like cement almost. But yeah, so it's very castle-like up here, like it is some kind of lookout tower. But they just tell us, no, it's just, a commemoration. Look at this thing, so being up high, it's got a good view, right? And this is obviously a fisheye lens. If that was the true curve of the Earth would be very, very small. This is the top again. So this is all it seems to be. You can see it's not much space up here. You couldn't get that many people up here. Got our one tower. I mean, look, you can see they've ripped something off. Got the bit of metal still sticking out there. And of course, they've put their fencing up. But yeah, I mean, it looks like it was some kind of old world lookout tower. This is, of course, what they've added, their little statue that they like everywhere. And he's saying, look, yes, it's me. It's me. There you go. This is the stairway. So in one of those towers, the one that we saw with the windows, this is how you get up and down, one spiral staircase. And this is the center of it. So the center of it is empty. There's nothing in it. It's just an empty tower. And one of those, you can see here. So see, these are the circles, right? Built in. See how they do this brickwork? So these are the edges of those rounded corner pieces, whatever you call them, the round turrety, uprighty things on the third one here. So look at just to build that. Look at that brickwork. They haven't they've made, it's all part of the, they haven't just added them on the outside. It's part of the actual structure. That's, and what built, what was it, the 1700s by, by who? Who knew how to build this? Who knew how to do that? This is it back in the day. It's not a very good pic. Just to show it was there. Of course, there's not many pics of it, from the old. Red bricker, completely red bricker. Okay, the windows we see here everywhere, and we see this a lot, with the limestone. And And of course, that could be to create potential difference between, you know, ionized bricks and lime. So that's the top of one of the rounded turrets. So even that, you can see the work that went into it. Again, the doorway. And again, look at the size of this doorway. They've had to close it in, right? So I don't know how big the steps are, you know, but that's a very big doorway, you know, which we see everywhere. And here we go. So this is from back in the day. What have we got here? The Fritty collection. But look, I found this interesting because you can see the lines here. You know, like there's four sort of sections to it. I'm not sure what that means, but that's obviously intentional. Now, it's facading by the looks of it. You know, it's just sort of. But it's interesting that they've divided it equally into 4 bits. So I don't know what that means, but interesting. And then you can again see the size of it. We've got people down here, very big doors. Not the best pick, that one. Sorry. Yep. That's the round. Going up, red brick. So yeah, who built this, right? That's the story. Who built that? Because this is what we get. Built summer of 1764. But of course, they never really tell us who built it. You know, designed in the tower. What? Oh, okay. He conceived it in 1764. Designed in 1765. The building began in 1769 or early 1770. Completed 2 years later. Okay, so 2 years in the 1770s. 2 years to build this. This building. So what do you think about that? I mean, that's the foundations. That's, you know, we saw how it was built, all the brickwork, all red brick, right? So they're laying bricks. All that, you know, they would need all the scaffolding, everything. You know, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, is that even possible? 2 years. 17, you know, there was no tech back there. There was just horse and buggy. Where'd all the bricks come from? But why, right? Why would you build something that difficult just to commemorate a war that was in a different country? I mean, it's not even on the site of the war. It says it's on the site of a war from 1,000 years ago. It's a madness, right? Silliness. Island covered in round towers, but all filled with earth to different heights, really, like giant tuning forks in the landscape. Could be. Another thing I've looked into, who I think may have been Conspiracies Are Us who first looked at it. A lot of the round towers were water towers. They had like metal sleeves inside them, and they were to pressurize the water system. You know, they were like valves, so they kept a constant pressure and allowed air to escape and things. So it's all part of a system. This is the thing, we just got to know how it all works. And for all we know, you know, it could all be connected up, but, you know, plain wide, right? Everything could be connected with red brick, you know, because it all goes underground. We know there's tunnels. We know there's all this stuff under the ground. Collins says not possible to build that in 2 years in the 1770s, and I kind of agree. That just looks impossible. Natalie, how you going? Welcome. Which type of triangle? Illuminumis. Pre-flood, yep, one culture. I agree. Mystery Schooler, how you going? Kelly, yeah, it's very legit. You know, it's very legit because it's there, right? And this is what they say, but it's there. Some things are possible. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Exactly. Thank you, Sean. Benny Riley, how you going? Women call me Mr. Coffee because pretty obvious, Mystery School. Yeah, it's you know, it's a bit silly. Singe Man, sneaky. All right, who I've got here? King. Oh, how are you going? King Snurglegergen, son of the Viking. That was all it took. She had been highly religious as a Catholic and laughed how it hadn't done her any good at all. I have no idea what conversation that's from. Hello, DBFLFC. Hello, this property was claimed by the birds from the snake's statue in lake. Oh, okay. I have no idea what that is. Colin Crawford, we love you too. How you going? Sketches. Hello. D Nice. Hello. Annabelle. Fascies around statue on tower. Oh, was there? Did I miss that? I mean, no doubt there would be. That they're everywhere, right? The fascies are everywhere. And why did we get taught what a fascies is in school when literally every time you see, a politician, one of the many bloodsuckers, there's fascies around them. John, how you going? Understanding reset cycles are a thing just adds to the alarm of what the future holds. I get a feeling that this reset cycle may just come to an end. I think that I don't think this is a true, reset as far as what we've seen in the past. I definitely don't think there's going to be anything like, a flood or like that kind of a Noah's flood reset. But clearly a lot of the resets we see in the past, the recent ones, they're manufactured. Right? We can see this, with different, pricky pricks, and the different, pandemics. Can I say that? Well, I can because, Nutsucky said it, right? So I can say it, pandemic. Yeah, so I think that this one is more of a, I don't think it's a reset. I think it's an upgrade. I definitely believe that we're going into the age of Aquarius. We're still we're in the process of moving into that full energy from Piscean energy. Look around, everyone's waking up. The veil is lifting, everything, all this evilness is becoming to the point that you can't ignore it, right? So the veil is lifting. So I think this is an upgrade, but they're, the powers that want to be have tried to turn it, into their great reset. They're trying to reset everything and keep everyone in a low vibration. And of course, so yeah, it's fear that they want us to think fear, but that's their power, right? That's their loose energy. That's what they want. That's Watiko. This low energy. So that's why we need to rise above it, right? And we need to be living in the now, right? Creating in the now, acting in the now, but for a vision of the future, for what we, our imagination, right? Our connection to the all, using that to project forward and to create the world we want. I think that's what we're all learning, right? The past is gone, and you can't even, the past is just a teacher, right? It's not a prophet. But more than that, you can't even prove that the past existed. If you really get down to it, prove you weren't created 10 minutes ago with all your memories put in there for you. You can't prove that. So don't put so much emphasis, on the past. We've got to look forward and we've got to live in the now. Obviously, some type of generator. I'd be there. Was something on each point to arc with lightning. Is that the tower? See, you're all having conversations, and I'm not sure. 365 of you watching. Welcome all. Thank you all for being here. High velocity magnetic. China is setting up to go to war. Yeah, maybe that's definitely what they want us to think. The whole thing with Afghanistan. If you look into that, there's a lot of a lot of the footage they were showing on the news was fake. It's been, a lot of it was. I'm not sure about the plane. There's a lot of discussion about that, but just that, and it's like India. A couple of months ago, they were saying people were dying everywhere, and then all the Indians start putting out videos saying no, nothing's happening. So this is all. It's a stage show, guys. It's a stage show. Excuse me. And their power, is getting us to believe that what they show us is going to happen because they can't create. They don't have the imagination. They don't have the connection to source. So they try and make us think what they want us to think. And then with our connection to source, we create their world. That's what we've got to stop. It's all a scam. All a scam. All a scam. Ferries, hello. Sketches, hello. Robert, Mr. Greenfingers, Thomas. With this much free thinkers in one place, we will soon be free. I agree. And our numbers are rising all the time, and their numbers aren't. And an interesting thing that Dave, me mate Dave, right? Me mate Dave Ike, excuse me. An interesting thing he said is, he said, this, whatever you want to call it, the archon, the devil, the bad energy, it's committing suicide. It's killing itself, because you think about it. Who are the only people who are going to accept Bill's prick into their life? It's not us, right? It's not people who can think. It's not people who are on a high vibration. We're not going to touch that stuff. It's only the people on the low vibration, right? The Watiko people, the people that have been possessed and, programmed by the news and all this kind of stuff. And they're the ones that are putting out their energy to create the bad in the world. Now, they're all going to, if they've had Bill's prick, right, what do you think is going to happen to them? How many of them do you think are going to be around in a year? And so what's that going to do? That's going to make their numbers and what they put into the ether energy, right? Into the, what do we call it? The universe, into the energy field that we're in. That's going to diminish. That's going to get less. And what we put into it is going to be more. And of course, the more good energy goes in, then the more it gets reflected back at us, because what we, imagine and what we put out there comes back to us. So this is it, guys. It's committing suicide. And I've said from the start, we've already won this. But that, when I heard that, I just thought that, of course, this thing is killing itself. So don't buy into the fear, guys. Don't buy into the fear. And I've kind of said for a while that, it knows it's dead. It knows it's lost. So all, this is what it, the entity, the archon, the devil, it knows it's lost. It just wants to create as much fear and destruction as it can on its way down, because that's what it is. It's the opposite to love, right? It's destruction. It's, this is why people possessed by it go and destroy all these buildings and create wars and things, because it's all about destruction. And so ultimately, it's destroyed itself. That's what it's doing. It can't do anything else because it's only destruction. So that's, guys, just sit back and enjoy the show. Don't let anyone have any power over you, because that's giving in. That's giving in to the bad energy. We're all sovereign men and women. And I heard the other day as well, this whole thing with, children and I don't like to call them kids because baby goats, but apparently children as well, guys, is legal. It's a legal term from the corporation, and they should be called sons and daughters, which makes sense because a son or a daughter is an individual, right? That's a boy or girl, man or woman, where children is a collective term. They're my children, right? You're not talking to them as specific individuals, and only individuals have rights. So there you go. A bit about that. Free Soul Hippie, how you going? Welcome. Their program wasn't meant to last forever. Exactly. It was only supposed to last until the next cycle. Yep. And they knew that they could only control when the universal energy, shall we call it that, was in a certain low frequency. Definitely. 73 Don John, thanks for being here. Thank you. Samson 12321, are you sure those internment camps really exist? Yeah, well, exactly, right. This is the thing, and this is why we have to, we get taught, it's one of the basics, right? When and I don't like the word truth, but when you become, a research, someone who's looking for facts, this is the thing is, it's leave no stone unturned, right? Don't believe the hype. That's what we get taught. But then when we see things on the news, which we know is fake, or on social media, which we know, the mainstream are in, we believe it. When it's things like internment camps, right? We don't know that's true. Unless we've got evidence of that, we don't know. And we don't know if there's people in there. It's like in Australia, it was on the news and they played this clip of this girl in hospital. And she's like, oh, I'm so sick. Oh, I'm dying. And they're like, oh, my God, look, all these people are so sick in hospital. and they haven't had the jab. And she's like, oh, get the jab. And then, of course, it came out that she's an actress. Okay, she got paid. And then people found the ad. They found the ad, $900. Come and pretend that you've got, the COVIDs, $900. And so this was on the news, and that was an actress. We know now. We know who she is. We know what agency she works for. We've got the ad that she responded to. Okay, so this is the thing. All these people, we don't know. All these people who are saying, oh, look, I'm in a hotel room. I'm under lockdown. Oh, my God, we don't know. We don't know. So the thing is, it could be true. It could be false. Don't buy into it. If you see that, this is the thing about judging, right? If we judge things as right or wrong, we've given our power away, and we can no longer learn because we've given our power away. If we go, oh, okay, that's an interesting thing to see. It's you're not judging it as if you see it and go, oh my God, people are being locked up, people are dying. Straight into fear, they own you. Straight into fear, they gotcha. But if you stand back, it's like that saying, be in this world, but not of this world. So if you can stand here and look around and go, oh my gosh, this is all interesting. Yeah. Don't buy into it, but, inform yourself. Of course, don't go, you don't need to know all the bad details. You just need to know what's going on. And once you know that the control system is against us and is evil, then everything that they're pushing is bad. So you don't need to know all the details. You just need to know to stay away from them. And I've kind of forgot what I was talking about. So there you go, rant over. Banter, there you go, good name. I did have a bit of banter there. Welcome, banter. There is no downside to expect the best. Exactly. Stay in the present moment, and you'll always have the strength to deal with what comes. I agree totally. And also, believe, guys, believe that this is a creation. There is a God. There is, a spirit, a whatever, an intelligence that's greater than us that we're a part of. Okay, and we are the creators now. If you understand that, that means that you're creating tomorrow. So what's to be scared about? What's scary is if you believe the hype. We came from amoebas, who turned into fish, who turned into monkeys, and somehow got shot by lightning and got intelligence. If you believe that, and we don't create, everything's random, then that's scary, right? You can't walk out and create your own reality if everything's random. So understand who you are. That's what they've taken away from us too, is the understanding of who we are. Oh, look at that. Pushkin. Oh, Pushkin Castle. What there? Wrong one. Pushkin Castle. Hello. We just had a look at Pushkin Castle. You saw your name in the title of the show. There you go. Welcome. Yeah, we just you'll have to have a rewatch. We just had a bit of a wander through Catherine Castle in Pushkin. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. You heard the call. Yes, thank you, Mystery School. Everyone, give me a like, please. Hit that like button. It does help with the algorithms. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video around if you think it's interesting and people will like it, or that kind of stuff. Cloud 309, I did stop complying, but your neighbors didn't. And that's the thing, neighbors don't. But this is why we've got to, focus on us. And this is also why we've got to make connections, guys. Connect up with like-minded people in your area. Form, physical groups is the best. Get around and chat, talk, without having to censor yourself. We've already had a couple in Perth. I'm going to organize another one. This is why, I was talking about all these groups that we need to organize. So just so that we can chat, guys. What's the name of that other platform? It'll come to me in a minute. But if anyone knows, a good platform, like I said, I've started Telegram, but apparently it's not the best for, different streams of discussions. I'll remember it in a minute. Hang on, it's probably on my desktop. Let me have a look. What's it called? I've got so much stuff up here. And thank you all for joining us as well. Discord. That one. Discord. A lot of people have been mentioning Discord to me. So I've been on Discord. I found it very confusing. If you know anything about that, if you want to help with it, send me an email. Because I do want to get something set up where, we can have chat groups and we can set them up. So if you're from Perth, have a chat group. If you're from Melbourne, if you're from Ontario, if you're from wherever, everyone from that area can go to that chat group, and then you can create groups. And then of course we'll have, bigger chat groups as well. And we can have groups, on, Tartaria, groups on free energy, all this kind of stuff. So, I just need help with that, guys. There's a lot that I just don't understand everything. So if you can help, please send me an email. Let me know. Because and we're working on lots of other stuff in the background, guys. And of course, this weekend, Martin's event, Tartaria event, is coming up. He's going to record that. It's not going to be live streamed, just because of technical difficulties will be too much. So he's going to record it. So we will all get to see that. It will be released. We haven't done the chat yet with Max. That didn't go ahead. So hopefully that will be recorded too by the end of this week. We're just got to wait, try and get everyone together at the same time. Discord, yes, Discord would be cool. Thank you, Dina. So everyone says it's better. So happy to do it. Just need a bit of help. Perth, psychedelic prawn crumpets. All right, cool. Send me an email. We've got, at the moment, there's a Facebook group, but I know a lot of people aren't on Facebook, and I know obviously as we go forward, that's not going to be a place that we're going to want to be putting, where we're meeting up, because obviously it's fascist book, right? It's completely controlled and they see everything. So we do want to get onto things where we can talk and not be monitored as much, because, no doubt, it can be monitored in anything, right? Because all they need to do is get someone to join as a sub and join the Discord, and they can see everything. But it's a lot safer, obviously, than things like Facebook. So let me know. Here we go. How could anyone forget that erasable Pushkin Castle? I'd love to move to northern Idaho. I live in Seattle, Idaho. That's like flat country. Is that where Owen is? Owen Wilson? I think he's out there, isn't he? Binary Drool. Anyone in New York? Anyone? But yeah, this is definitely what we want to get together, right? So that people can connect up. I know, no, he's not. He's in Miami. No, I don't know anyone in New York. Kelly, all right. Good on you. Banned on Facebook. You know what? I have not been banned. A few days ago, I got my second post banned, but they haven't banned me yet. And I keep trying. And they just keep, they ban my post, but they don't ban me. Maybe they're following me. God, maybe you should just stop. What email address? Hate speech. It is autodidactician@gmail.com. So there you go. It is in the about section on my channels. You'll find it. If you go to my channel, hit about, it'll have email down there. And it's best to go there because the spelling is a bit interesting. Yep. Okay. We're on Telegram. We are on Telegram. So if you haven't seen, there has been a bit of conversation going, and I've started up a chat. So let me just get you the link for that. Invite link, copied link. All right. And I shall drop that down there for you. So that's for the, did that go up? Did that post? Oh, there it is there. Okay, so there's a link to the Autodidactic chat on Telegram. But like I said, there's also Instant Karma Project, which is basically where I'm putting, current events, all that kind of stuff, all the videos that are coming out, what's going on in Australia and around the world, all the court proceedings that are starting to come up, and all this stuff that you're not going to get. You're not going to get this kind of stuff anywhere on most social media, and definitely not on the news. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, what's really going on, and this is all the videos people are taking, like I said, all the stuff going on behind the scenes. Check that out. I've just posted it there Instant Karma project. So check that out. I think it's got a chat as well. If not, I'll add one. But yeah, if anyone wants to help out with Discord, let me know. And there is Facebook if you're still on it. And Mewe, which I haven't been on forever. But there you go. Alrighty. So who we got here? Your email is not in the about section. Yes, it is. It definitely is. If you go to hang on, let me how do I do this? I'm talking. Hang on. Let me share my screen. Share screen. So if we go to here, this is, what's this? Auto 2, about. Okay, now I hope I'm right. I'm probably going to get proven wrong here. View email address, there you go. If you hit that, there it is there. That way you can just copy and paste it because the spelling's a bit weird. So yeah, just go just to my page, hit about, and it's there. And this is Auto 2. It's on both channels. So that's how you find me email. There we go. All right. Minutemen like their women. Oh. Excuse me. All right. And my coffee's gone cold. Like really cold. It's black though, so I can kind of still drink it. I haven't seen anyone wearing all summer. Oh, yeah. We're just going into spring here. So the inner circle, as they call the northern hemisphere, going into winter. So yeah, guys, you know what they're going to do, right? New variants. It's already in the news stream. They're already mentioning, a new variant. There's the Wu, right? The Wu variant, the Wuhan, the Woo variant, and then they're even talking about other variants. And this is what they're going to push in winter because it's going to be flu season, right? Oh my gosh, he's got the flu. No, it's COVID. Give him, or 14 boosters. So this is what they're going to be pushing in, in the inner circle. So just be aware of that. They're going to be pushing lockdowns. So form groups, guys. Form groups. Tell them, no, you don't own me. I'm not part of your corporation. I am a free man and or woman. Prove your jurisdiction or F off. We've got to draw the line, guys. We cannot let any more encroachment into our lives happen. I'm a retired nurse and have medical marijuana prescription. Want to get some land, put up some greenhouses. Awesome. Allison. Yeah. And again, this is natural. This is nature, and it does. It's a healer. It's cured cancer and all types of stuff. Medical marijuana. Definitely get into it. And I mean, just do it. You don't need permission to grow a plant. They might tell you do, but you don't. And there's a few other things I'm looking into as well as the legal thing and how we can all get out of this system and basically put ourselves, lawfully out of their legal system, literally, and have cards and things. So if people come up, you just go, dude, not in your corporation. So I'm looking at that too, and that stuff I'm going to share so we can all, get out to the point where if they ask for ID, we go, sure, there it is. Okay, can you see that? I'm a man. I'm not a person. Go away. You're dismissed. This is how we need to treat these, these drones, right? These stormtroopers in their blue uniforms, with their little battens and their little badges and their little rubber bullets and their spray foam. Oh, nice, Robert. Oh, Mr. Greenfingers, of course. Yes. And of course, in Canada, I know that you can do that. In Australia, you can't think you can in South Australia, but definitely can't over here. But, who cares, right? That's not laws for us. We're not part of their corporation. I'm moving from the town I live in. They all wore masks. Most still don't, even though voluntarily. Everywhere here now and are such complete sheep. I've got to get out to the countryside. I'm feeling this. I mean, it's not bad, right? It's actually really good because we've only had 2 lockdowns, both for a week, and the last one was months ago. And the sheeple came out with their masks, but people who didn't want to just ignored it and nothing happened. But, saying that, I can kind of, I know what, look what happened in Sydney, right? Sydney was, kind of like Perth, not a lot happening. And then, within 3 days, man, they were locked down. A week later, they had the army on the streets. So, I'm well aware that could be Perth. Who knows? And no doubt it's planned. So, yeah, if you can get out to the countryside, guys, if you can get out, especially, in groups with other like-minded people, do it. If you can get a van or an old bus and convert it so you've at least got an escape plan, do it. Form groups. Because this is the thing, when we form groups, you'll be surprised who's out there. And if you form a group, it's likely that someone will say, oh, well, I've got 10 acres out here. Let's all go, right? And everyone will have different resources and different skills. And this is the thing, together we're powerful, right? Divided we fall. So there we go. Gosh, I'm talking lots. Okay, so I've got a few more things we're going to have a look at. So I'm going to share the screen again. And we have something sent to me by Cameron. I'll just get rid of that. How do I get rid of that chat thing? Can you see that? Oh, sorry if sorry, hate speech out there. Sorry if that's covering. How do I get rid of that? I don't know. Elvis lives in D Nice's weed field. Well, there you go. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm not sure how to get rid of this, so we'll just start. Wooden floors generate enough energy from footfalls to power light bulbs. Free energy, right? Energy is a basic need in human life, and people are consuming more and more energy for doing their activities in daily life. Their energy efficiency of buildings could be strongly improved by enabling building materials to convert their occupants' mechanical energy directly into useful electricity. In a potential energy efficient breakthrough for interior design, the ETH Zurich researchers have shown that wooden floors can harvest enough energy by just walking on them to power LED light bulbs and small electronics. Researchers have developed functionalized wood triboelectric nanogenerators that generate electricity from our footfall. The team transformed wood into a nanogenerator by sandwiching two pieces of functionalized wood between electrodes. There you go, between it. So what they've done is they've basically made orgonite. They also improved the wood used in their nanogenerator with a combination of silicon coating there again. And okay, so that's orgonite, right? They have different, they sandwich different materials together. So they got the wood and the silicon. That creates a potential where you can create energy and also draw energy in from the ether. So this is doing probably two things. But the reason I wanted to show this, and it's compressing. So it's also piezoelectric, right? All these old factories we see, right? The red brick factories, the red brick buildings, and they're all turned into factories now. We're told they're factories. They all have wooden floors. If you look in them, they're red brick, but the internals, they're not, cement or anything. They're all wooden. So when you go in the ruins of these, they're literally just, 4 or 5 stories tall, and there's nothing in there because, all the wooden floors got burnt out or rotted or whatever over time. So if they were all wooden floors, was that part of the makeup, right? I did that video on battery buildings that was talking about concrete, cement for the base of buildings being turned into a battery. Of course, we know about the red bricks, right, being used as batteries. And then if they had wooden floors in there as well, this is the thing, and this is what we suspect, right? Is all these buildings, they were self-functioning. They created their own electricity. They created their own everything. This old world, when they built things, they didn't build things that you then had to hook up to the electric system. You then had to go and buy, heaters and air conditioners and all this kind of stuff. When they built them, they were self-sufficient. They ran themselves. And so was wooden flooring a part of that? That is the question. Now, this is an introduction to Freemasonry. All right, these are the people who took the masonry for free. And this, I actually was watching Paul, What the Flock TV, and his last video, and he was, I don't even know what he was talking about, but I know it was one of his videos. But he was talking about the Freemasons, and he showed something that made me think of this. Now, I've seen lately that, just over the last year or so, a lot of people are now using the term fam, right? Hey fam, hi fam, fam, right? Obviously short for family, but this is a thing, they're using fam. Now look here. What do the titles? Oops, where's my mouse? Lost it. Where the hell is my mouse? There you are. Oh, gosh. What do the titles of Grand Lodges AF and AM and F and AM mean, right? Fam. The titles of Grand Lodges in the United States vary. Some are AF and some are AM, which means Ancient Free and Accepted Masons. The other most commonly used title is FAM, or Free and Accepted Masons. So there you go. Was fam, is this another word they've injected into our speech with their spell magic so that we all go around and call everyone free and accepted Freemasons? Right? Right there. Free and accepted Masons. So it just says the reason for the difference is that in England, when Grand Lodges first started, there was a rivalry between two factions. One faction adopted the ancient title, the other did not. And so basically they're saying, there's two factions, right? But as a collective for both of those factions, they use FAM, F and AM, FAM, or Free and Accepted Masons. So there you go. What do you think about that? Let's stop saying FAM, right? Because we don't want to go around calling people Freemasons. So I've just found that really interesting. So there you go. Now this one. Okay. This is the zombie part of the title. I think I put that in the title, didn't I? Zombies, something like that. This is the CDC, guys. Now, if you go to the CDC, now Kel from the interview that you all met Kel the other day, Kelly Jones, Kel from Australia Tartaria page on Facebook, I think that's right, told me this. Now, you just go to CDC and you go to search and you type in the word zombie, and this is what pops up. Zombie preparedness, zombie preparedness blog, zombie preparedness for educators, zombie preparedness poster, zombie preparedness graphic novel. Now, this, what it's talking about, preparedness is like, being prepared to run, having your food, in case something happens. But they're linking it with zombies, and even for educators, So this is what the right? Walking Dead fans, check out our latest post, a brief history of zombies. Look at this. There are all kinds of emergencies out there that we can prepare from. Take a zombie apocalypse, for example. This is the CDC, cdc.gov. That's right. I said zombie apocalypse. You may laugh now, but when it happens, you'll be happy you read this. This is the CDC, guys. When it happens, you'll be happy you read this. And hey, maybe you'll even learn a thing or two. What? We've all seen at least one movie about flesh-eating zombies. Flesh eaters, right? Who are the flesh eaters? Taking over. My personal favorite is Resident Evil. But where do zombies come from, and why do they love eating brains so much? The word zombie comes from Haitian or New Orleans voodoo origins. The voodoo that you do, right? Although its meaning has changed slightly over the years, it refers to a human corpse that mysteriously reanimates to serve the undead. Okay, so there you go, right? Better safe than sorry. So what do you need to do before zombies or hurricanes or pandemics, for example, actually happen? You see that? They slipped that one in, right? What do you need to do before zombies or hurricanes or pandemics actually happen? First of all, you should have an emergency kit in your house. This includes things like water, food, and stakes to kill zombies and vampires, and other supplies to get you through the first couple of days before you can locate a zombie-free refuge camp. Or in the event of a natural disaster, it will buy you some time until you're able to make your way to an evacuation shelter, which is clearly different to a zombie-free refuge. Below are a few items you should include in your kit: water, food, medications, tools and supplies, sanitation, hygiene, clothing, important documents, and first aid supplies. Now, they have not put in there a bag of brains to feed the zombies with, and so steaks, guns. Who knows? How do you kill a zombie? So there you go, right? Identify the types of emergencies that are possible in your area besides a zombie apocalypse, because the zombie apocalypse is possible in every area, right? Okay, but never fear, because the CDC, right, cdc.gov, the CDC is ready. It's ready if zombies did start roaming in the streets. The CDC would conduct an investigation. Guys, we're safe. When the zombies come, when they try to eat your brains, fear not. The CDC would conduct an investigation. We'll be fine. Much like any other disease outbreak. There you go. It's just like any other disease outbreak, right? Zombies, yeah, normal. The CDC would provide technical assistance to cities, states, or international partners dealing with a zombie infestation. Okay, right? This assistance might include consultation, lab testing, and analysis, patient management. Patients? I don't know that a zombie is a patient if it's a reanimated dead corpse. But anyway, let's continue. Patient management and care, tracking of contacts, of course, they've got to track, and infection control, including isolation and quarantine. There you go. And of course, in a zombie infestation, it's probably safer, the CDC would say, to quarantine the non-zombies, right? To keep them safe, no doubt. It's likely that an investigation of this scenario would seek to accomplish several goals: determine the cause of the illness. The illness? So the illness is dead bodies are reanimating and working for the devil. Okay, so we need to determine the cause of that. The source of the infection, virus or toxin. Okay, again, evil spirits reanimating bodies. Okay, learn how it is transmitted. They bite you or try and eat your brains, and how readily it is spread. Oh, well, there we go. How to break the cycle of transmission. Oh, I don't know, knock their teeth out and thus prevent further cases. And how patients can be best treated. Strap them down and knock their teeth out. Not only would scientists be working to identify the cause and cure of the zombie outbreak, so this is all for zombies, guys, of the zombie outbreak, but the CDC and other federal agencies would send medical teams and first responders to help those in affected areas. And in brackets, I will be volunteering the young nameless disease detectives for field work. What? What does that mean? So to learn more about the CDC and what they do to prepare for emergencies, you can click here. Well, there you go, guys. I'll just drop this in the chat quickly. I think I forgot to put the link, but I'll put the link when this stream is over below if you're watching this at a later date. So you can go and check out the CDC. And there, we've got 1,559 comments on Preparedness 101 Zombie Apocalypse. And Donovan Young says, I might suggest adding a baseball bat, preferably aluminium, to your emergency kit as well. It doesn't require ammunition and can be highly effective at clearing a path through hordes of zombies whilst trying to make good your escape. And I think that's a very good tip there by Donovan Young. And that was from May 2011. Okay, so that comment is 10 years old. So this post is at least 10 years old, right? Predictive programming, anyone? Dude, so totally awesome. Alice is into zombies. There you go. And Pingback is all, he thinks it's so awesome because he also is into zombies. Did you know that the CDC were into zombies? And of course, zombie preparedness for educators, right? So preparedness 101 for the zombie pandemic. Okay, the zombie pandemic, right? Spell magic, put it in your mind. There's a zombie pandemic coming. After the successful zombie preparedness campaign in 2011, an overwhelming number of educators requested of zombie-themed preparedness activities for school-age children. Who the hell is identifying as a teacher today? These people want to teach their kids zombie preparedness. This website was created to help educators teach middle school age children the basics of emergency preparedness and response using a fun and, now they're saying fictitious scenario. So there we go. Dropping the guard a bit. So here we go. And they've got all these things, school-wide activities, history, English. Don't they need to learn zombie? Disease detectives, backpack plan, kit checklist, emergency response. Oh, of course, you've got to have the graphic novel for the school-age kids, scavenger hunt. I mean, they've put quite a bit of work in there, and they've put this history lesson on zombies, right? What happened? How many people were affected? How did the communities respond? Blah, 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 blah. And then they're going to tell you about all the disasters, everything that can go bad. And of course, they do this to school-age kids because they want them to know that the world is not safe. The world does not have their back. The world may just turn into zombies, and it's full of, these things and other things that we need to prepare for, other emergencies that we need to have a response prepared to. So this is your CDC, the Center for Disease Control, right? And of course, they do control disease, don't they? And of course, they say, and prevention. So vention, I would think ventilate, breathing. So before you breathe, they will control your disease. There you go. Thank you, CDC. And that's pretty much... now, I did have Plutons. Someone mentioned Pluton. So just quickly, Pluton is a deep-seated intrusion of igneous rock, a body that made its way into pre-existing rock in a melted form, such as magma, several kilometers underground in the Earth's crust and then solidified at that depth. So a Pluton is what they're trying to say is it's something that has heated into magma, and it's somehow just, I don't know, dripped into the middle of a rock, right? So they find these in the middle of rocks, and they're trying to say, oh, well, it kind of dripped in there, but the rocks aren't cracked or anything. They're like those eggs, thunder eggs. They're contained in there. So I just thought I'd mention that because Plutons, and it says, the magma cools and they become crystallized, but, that could be, a pointer for melted, melted buildings or, plasma events, things like this, as far as these rocks that could have been formed with these, Plutons inside, which are just part of whatever the structure melted. I just thought I'd add that in too. I'll put this link below as well. Not as interesting as zombies, but, Plutons and the word, I don't know, Plutonic, don't know, something there. And of course, look at the picture they show us. Woot, woot. All right, let's have a chat. Oh my gosh, have I been going for 2 hours? Oh my god! Oh my gosh! And it's 11:11. I just looked at the time, and it's 11:11. So there you go. We are doing well. The gematria is flowing. Psychedelic prawn crumper. Yes. That trance track. Oh, called Zombie. There you go. And also the Cranberries. Right. Zombie. Zaran, Zombie, Karen, bot alert. Is it? We got bots. Have we attracted bots? Have we? If there's any bots, anyone with a wrench, feel free to kick them out. I can't even see if there's wrenches in here. Do we have any admins? Homeless, criminals, stealers, rapists, pedophiles. How you going, Jughead69? Yes, obviously you are talking about those who wish to rule us. Well, not the homeless bit. I don't know what you're saying. All our ancient mystery schools, yes. And that's only because they've stolen our story, right, and turned it in, my story, right? They stole that and they've hidden it from us, which is what they now use against us. But it's all ours. We discovered all this stuff. It was us, the men and women, not these people. Molten Earth, yeah, and no doubt they'll say Pluton's, formed, when the Earth was a big ball of magma. Dwam Jim, yes it is. You can't be serious. How you going, Matthew? Kelly, the DoD document explains these types of zombies. So there you go. Some are created with the vacation. That's a nice word. Yes, and vacations used to be fun. Now they're not. Yeah, no doubt. We know what's in them, right? The letters that are, have M's and A's and N's and R's, that kind of stuff that goes in and literally chops the coding in your body, that stuff that has DNA. It cuts it. It cuts it and tries to insert itself in there and change the code. So what would that produce, right? A non-man or woman. It's literally changing. So what's a zombie? Exactly right. Why use a wrench? You can block the book yourself. Who is it? No, because I don't know. Buried Axe Blade. I can't read all of the comments. That's why I'm sort of presenting and talking. And there's lots of you on here. There's 345 still watching. So yeah, I can't see if there's any bots or anything. That's why we have admins. Basically, Axe Blade. I am not a pincushion. Good. Yeah, exactly right. Why exactly? Why do people want to be? And as far as people that are, religious, people that have faith or say they have faith in God, they, every book, every, scripture, theosophy book, they all say that we were created perfect. All of them. Have you ever seen a book that says, man and women were sort of created a bit broken, didn't really quite get it right? No, they all say we were created perfect. So if you're created perfect, why do you need anything else shoved into you to make you, live, right? It's stupid. So, Callum, how you going? Welcome. I know Callum's got a wrench, so thank you for being here. Just keep an eye on the chat if there's a bot out there. John Fennick. People are going to see and hear things that aren't. Yeah, it's going to get really, really, really weird and strange in the next. Definitely this month, but yeah, I think people are waking up fast, but not as fast as we'd like them. So we could be in for there could be another year or more of this. We don't know. All we do know is the faster that we wake people up, the faster we get through it. Reptiles, yes. Speaking of reptiles, I spoke to David Icke, me mate Dave, last night. That's coming up. Will be released end of this week, early next week. I just like our wrenches, Heartland Realm. I just like you would like a wrench. Because I'm on StreamYard, I can't actually add wrenches. I need to be on YouTube to do that. Exactly. Yeah. That stuff. That I probably shouldn't say, although cut me. That is self-replicating. It joins up. There's videos out there that show this stuff, and it starts, making shapes, connecting up, doing all this stuff, and that's what it's going to do inside your body. People are beeping. People are registering on scanners. I saw a guy in France was walking out of a shop, and you know how they have like the security beepy scanners, you know, in case you steal something, and they have the beepy thing on him. He didn't have anything. He just had Bill's prick in his arm, and he walked out and set it off. So yeah, we're going to see some weird stuff. Jim Dubik, you're out. Okay, out of what? Out of the chat or out of the jabbiness? The vacation separates your. Yeah, definitely. I've heard that, and I've heard people saying it. I've seen videos, and they said since I've had it, I've lost the connection to source. So yeah, definitely. Jim Dubik, why are you typing over and out in the chat 4 times in a row? Not cool. Can someone mute Jim, please? This is not a place for bots. It's not a place for people to yell out me, look at me. No, not interested, guys. Someone just shut him up, please. Sorry, Jim, mate, but you don't get to take over the chat. Flat Fact, how are you going? Welcome. Good to see you here. Flat Fact, of course, has an awesome channel. If you haven't seen her, go and check out her channel. I heard magnets are sticking to vegetables. Is that what we're calling the vaccinated now? Really? I have heard, I don't know, I haven't heard about vegetables, but I have heard that this stuff could be in processed foods. You know, so more, right? More reason to grow your own food. That's the thing. Oh, okay, you did it personally, did you, Cloud? Yeah, Callum, you out there? Can you just whack a thing on him? Because this is the thing, guys, and I talk about this so much. Ego is not really welcome here. Ego is saying, I'm right, you're wrong. We don't know. Okay, this place is a place where we question, where we research, where we look at evidence, where we try and get facts, and we ask questions and we come to conclusions. It's not about saying, oh my God, that guy's an idiot and he's so wrong because he doesn't believe what I believe. That's what the masses do, and that's why they're stupid. Okay, we're about being autodidactic, which is self-education, right? Because self-education is the way forward. Yelling me. Yeah, exactly, Callum, right? If you get triggered, if anyone gets triggered, that means you have an ego problem and you need to go and sort that out. Okay, and the only way to sort that out is within you. You're the only one that can do it. No one can help you with that. People will just tell you to go away and call you an idiot. That's them saying, go and deal with your issues. So if you get triggered, guys, and I know I'm not talking to the 99% of you. I know you're all amazing and awesome, but I'm just saying this because of what just popped up, obviously. If you get triggered, that's you. That's you. Go and sort yourself out. If you can't be in a chat and you can't be yelling me, listen to me, leave before you get banned. You know, do you really want to be banned? Just leave and go and sort yourself out. Okay. That's it. If you're here to learn, come and join, spread the love. And another thing about saying you're wrong, that's hate. That's opposite to love. That's louche energy. That's Watiko. Not interested. So there you go, rant over. Rah, 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 rah. Spread the love. Okay, 300 and Kelly Dots out there. 345 of you watching. Please hit the like button if you hadn't already. Hit subscribe, share, all that kind of good stuff. RH, welcome. He says that is pure gravy. And every time I click on someone, the chat goes up. NPCs are mad about stuff. They are, right? They are mad because they're not us, right? And they will not look inside and work on themselves. So the world seems confusing. They believe the television because they aren't strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet. They don't trust themselves to take that first step, so they're trapped. And when they're trapped, they yell at the world to change. Now, if you yell at the world to change, that means you have to go out and change over 7 billion people. Good luck with that. If you understand that you are the only person that needs to change, you just find a mirror, you point at that, you only got to change one person. That you can do. That's possible. 7 billion, it's not even possible. Okay, so it's like a mental illness. These people don't understand where they are, what they are, who they are, and how things work. They don't want to learn. They just want to yell You're the problem. You fix yourself and my life will be better. Doesn't work that way at all. Self-responsibility and self-education are both the way forward. What's Jim saying? What's Jim saying? The dude that we just quoted here, he was just saying, what was he saying? I'm leaving. Listen to me. I was just stupidness, but it was just like 10 times in a row. And that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about cooperation and talking to each other and bringing information in and throwing it around, and we all put in our input in and we come to conclusions and we see what happens and we go forward to try and uncover the truth. We don't take 2 steps and say, I found the truth. Now everyone who thinks something different is wrong. That's the system. That needs to die. The overlord bugs. Exactly. But they've got what they've... But they've got to want it and stop being so. Yeah, exactly. It's an inner game. Life is an inner game. It's an inner job, guys. No one can change you but you. Campbell, I'll wrench if you need it. Fuck you. No, I mean, I didn't mean that. I was just saying your name. Thank you. I can't wrench at the moment. I can't. I don't have anything up. Maybe I can. I don't know. God. I've been going. Oh my! How long have I been going? 2.5 hours or something.
Same old story.
Yeah. I'm not. I'll have to sort that out. I'll have to do a live stream on because I'm from. Yeah, no wrenchy things. So I can see. I don't know. I don't know if Calm can wrench people. Probably not. Pernicious zombies. Brian A. Metz, how you going? Thank you for being here. Beautiful Pushkin, Cloud 309. Yes. Behind me is that's Melbourne. Back in the day. So that's Melbourne in Australia. Now we call it Cell Block 13. Hello to everyone in Melbourne. Love you all. Keep up the good fight. Don't let people push you around. Join groups. Get on the streets. All that kind of stuff. But yes, definitely Pushkin was amazing. If you've joined, we had a look at Pushkin. I think I might do another bit just looking at the see if I can find some old photos or pictures of it because I couldn't really find many this time. But we looked at that, and we also looked at what did we look at King Alfred in Great Britain. But yeah, so I've been going almost 2.5 hours. So I'll have a bit of a chat, and then I'll call me. Okay, hang on. Let me have a quick look. Everyone's asking to be wrenched. How do I do this? That's not right. That one. Hang on. I seem to be on the wrong channel. Hang on a sec. Okay, gentlemen, to yourselves. I'm coming. Here we go. Okay. I am live. Let me just turn this down. Oh my God, now I'm looking at myself live. This is so weird. All right, how are we going? Okay. Oh, Callum's out there by himself. Okay. Let me just do that, and let me just do just so there's a couple of you out there to keep an eye on things. Where? I'm sorry, I'm trying to find people. Where are you all? I can't find you. Where did you go? Person at the end of the go and join the FAQ. Where did you go? I can't find you. If you comment, I'll be able to have a look. But there you go. I just added a few more. So thank you guys. And, thank you for everyone who does, follow this channel, give me likes, give me all these amazing, beautiful comments. Everyone who supports me, I really do appreciate you all. And do remember, this is, I'm just the dude who, made a video. This is, it's not just me. It's all of us, right? We're all doing this together. And I do get so much information from you guys, from the emails, from the comments. And I know I don't respond to them all, but there's just so many. you know, a lot of the time I read them, and a lot of the time I just heart them or not, you know, just go through them. Because obviously if I reply to everyone, it'll take me all day. So, and that's another thing I want to do. You know, I've got it once I get some income sorted out. I'd love to, you know, get a social media manager to make sure that everyone does get a reply to their comments. But at the moment, it's just way too much. Way too much work. Just don't have enough time. So there you go. Yes, flat fact. You have been wrenched. There you go. Skate pack. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love you too. Thanks from the Navajo Nation. TC, how you going up there in the United States of America? And let's call it the USA. You know, I remember back in the 80s, it was the USA, and then it suddenly became the US. And I'm thinking, why is it suddenly the US? And then I worked out because the US is the corporation, right? So it's the USA, right? Let's not call it the US anymore. Brian, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You're the man too. Thank you, Brian. Robert Greenfingers, we love you too. And see, this is what we're about, guys. This is thoughts on Tartarians in California. Yeah, I'm going to get into that. John, I did see the video from what it was called, Muscovites in the USA or something, was it? I definitely have a lot of thoughts on that. But yeah, I'm going to make a video on that. It's a bit too much to go into right now. Definitely there were people there. I guess the question is who, you know, it's this whole Tartarian thing, right? And we call it Tartaria because, you know, this is the first country that kind of got exposed that had been hidden, that we found the maps for. But, you know, in that same period, Africa, or at least the top of Africa, was Barbaria, right? So that was a different country. You know, there were lots of places had different names and different. So when we say Tartaria, it's really just a term. It doesn't mean that region in Russia was where this previous advanced civilization started. That's just the landmass where we found, you know, this hidden country. So as far as Tartarians in the USA, the question for me is, who are the Tartarians, or who are these people that we're calling Tartarians? Because it's, yeah, I'm going to have to get into it, but Tartaria looks like it's been settled. I don't think that the people who are the Tartarians today are the people who built the buildings. And I'll get into that. I'll just say, you know, if you look back in history, we all know Vikings, right? Vikings were traveling to and from America back in the 1200s. It's written. King Arthur, right? Up in the North Pole, 1200s or 800s, was it? 800s, maybe 1200s. I think there was two. There was more than one King Arthur too. So that's a massive place. So a massive story. But I'm getting into that. I'm definitely working on videos for that. There you go. Good question though. Grade 5, Greg Bird, grade 5 science could debunk CO2 caused climate change. Yeah. Temperature is rising first, CO2. Exactly. And the other thing is, all these people yelling climate change, that they've all got waterfront houses, beachfront houses, but they're saying, oh no, the oceans will rise and we'll be underwater. So I'm going to spend $10 million on a house right there because I want to live underwater. Silly. My greats come from that area. Kiwi MacArthur. What was the UK? The UK was called oh God, Albion. It was called Albion. There you go. 3/5 3/5 of dentists agree. There you go. Face Diaper, we are the carbon. Right, carbon tax. Exactly, right. Exactly. Cindy, isn't there a pyramid? Oh, Cindy, isn't there a pyramid in Knoxville? Knoxville, Tennessee. Is there a pyramid there? I mean, there probably is. There's pyramids everywhere. There's pyramids in Australia. Over east, so I haven't seen any on the west coast, but there's definitely some over there. Hello, Bumblebee, Tuna, Brennan Huff. How are you going? Welcome. Sea levels are falling. Exactly. Exactly. And this is, there's fearmongers out there, and they're calling, oh, there's a flood coming. There's going to be a flood. I don't, but there's no proof. There's nothing for that. That's just fear. What I think is actually going to happen is exactly what's on the screen. I think it's going to fall. I think we're going to get more land. I think things will be exposed. I think that this is like the ocean is like, Gaia, Earth breathing, right? Breathe in, flood, breathe out, water goes down again, right? Very slow cycles. I think that's more likely and more scientifically accurate than a flood happening again. Tartar sauce. Love tartar sauce. Exactly. Right. Tartan, that tart. There's so many words, right? What about the grand solar minimum? Yeah, definitely. Grand solar minimum we're going into. Look at the sun. The sun's changing. It's gone white. Still pretty warm out here, but a lot of people are saying that it doesn't have the same kind of heat. So that's definitely in there. But the grand solar minimum, that's got nothing to do with CO2 or sea levels. That's really just got to do with the radiation, heat radiation coming off the sun, which, we don't know what, who knows? I don't think plants are going to stop, growing or anything. It might just get colder. It might just be a mini ice age for a bit. We don't know. Just, live in the moment and project, goodness and the best vision of what you want out in front of you. Navajo of the sun coming soon Nova of the sun coming soon off the rocks. Yeah, a lot of talk about that, and there is evidence that energy is building in the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it, up there, and we've definitely got evidence of plasma discharges in the past, with all the symbols of standing man and all this kind of stuff. Likely. Callum, haha, what do you say? Washed with a tsunami, logic gone, bye-bye. Yeah, the tsunami hit in, was that a tsunami? Up in America? And again, there's news reports. The news reporters were filming, and the reporters were literally leaning forward, trying to show that they were, being blown over almost. And excuse me, in one of them, this guy's pretending like he can hardly stand up, and these two people just walk past him in the background, and their hair's not even blowing in the wind. So it's all crap. But I know there was some flooding. Project Veritas, their offices got flooded, unfortunately, and a lot of their stuff got destroyed, which bit sus, right? Because this storm was coming. It was supposed to be devastating. Everyone was scared. Hit a very small part, and it just happened to hit Project Veritas, right? The one big alternative media that's exposing all this stuff. They get hit. That's and this is what a month or two after everyone's talking about. Oh, they control the weather. Oh, cloud seeding. Something to think about, right? I've never tanned until last year. I always burned until now. Well, there you go. So. Are you like in the inner ring, the outer ring, like north, south, as they call it? Because I'm in Australia. Obviously, I've always literally just go. I go really dark in the sun really easily, but of course I haven't tried it in this sun. I'll have to get out this and see what happens. Buried axe blade. Oh, why isn't that working? My dog eats tartar chicken. Is that a dish? Tartar chicken. There you go. They eat lots of chicken over there, don't they? Chicken Kiev. I thought Tartans were Zoroastria. Yeah, it's the same kind of area. Zoroastrianism came out of that kind of area. And this is the thing. The true Tartars, that we look at, their dress, the way they dress, it does look a lot like, it's very similar to the Berbers, the Gypsies, which seem to be, these are all now displaced peoples, right? That have been broken up. We're told they're all different, but they seem to be all connected to the original base civilization. It's the whole story, right? Who are the Tartars? All these things, but it's definitely I don't see Tartaria, the landmass in Russia. I don't see that as being the cradle for the previous advanced civilization. Not at all. I just see that as the first country, right, that we found the maps to that we didn't know used to exist, and so because of that, it's become a search term. Okay, just like mud flood, it's become a search term. So that's why we still use it, because that's what people know this topic as. It's known as Tartaria, but yeah, it doesn't mean that Tartaria is where is the the cradle of all this, and I don't believe that it is. I believe the cradle is somewhere else, and I'm definitely going to get into that. This is going to take a couple of videos to get out what I'm trying to sort of say. Greg Byrne, think West Coast altitude and latitude, as well as underground cities like Kuyu. Yeah, lots of underground cities. And the thing, about Kuyu, and this is, people used to say, they found that, we knew of these underground cities, and one of the narratives that came out is people would say, oh, they were taking refuge from the flood. Really? Refuge from the flood in an underground city where water will flow down and fill it up. Stupid. So these weren't refuge from a flood. That's dumb. That's ridiculous. In fact, yesterday, some people in the US from the hurricane or whatever it was did that. They went and they went into their basement for refuge. And what do you think happened? They were found dead. So yeah, ridiculous. Tartaria research is a great, so yeah, exactly. It's a starting place. It's a search term. So yeah, don't get mixed up. I mean, you can think what you want. This is just my opinion. But my opinion is that, yeah, it's just a search term. It's not, Russia's not the cradle of civilization. Let's put it that way. Hiding something. Fake meteorites. Explosion. Yeah, who knows? Face up. I mean, this is the thing. And the wildfires in Canada, all this kind of stuff. We know now this is all created. All created. Nat Jackson, John Lenz, C4 maps, please. Oh, has John Lenz got C4 maps? Should I look into that? Is that what you're saying, John Lenz? Oh, okay. Prediction is source of magic. Prediction. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, prediction is, I mean, you could say that all this, all this, what do you call it? Ads, movies, media hype is prediction, isn't it? Really, it's making us, even if they don't say it's a prediction, even if they're not Nostradamus, saying, oh, this quatrain, this will happen. They're still putting in our subconscious a prediction. It was like I was talking about the zombie apocalypse with all these movies and all this stuff. It just puts it in there, right, as a possibility, and then they can build on that. Where if that first possibility was never there, if you didn't have, and what it is, it's a connection point, right? It's a reference point. They give us reference points, so and they do it with zombies, right? And plans that turn into demics, right? That planned demonic, right? And demonic. That's what it is, right? But they imprint, they give us reference points, and then they build on those reference points. And when they do that, people who don't see what's going on think that they're smart. They think they're becoming educated, right? Because they didn't used to know anything, and they get a reference point. Oh, zombies may exist. Oh, zombies are scary. Oh, and then they start getting fed this info. Oh, what? Zombies could actually be a real possibility. Oh. And then they believe the hype. They get accept Bill's prick into their life, and suddenly they're the zombie. So yeah, it's all, I agree. It's all spell magic. It's all them trying to use our imagination for us. If they get us to believe what they want us to believe, we think that in our imagination, we visualize it. And guys, haven't we all been there where we visualize, and we visualize really well, with sound and feeling and all the stuff, what we don't want. We've all done it. How we want to beat someone or punch someone in the face, right? How dare they? And we see it. Oh, I'm going to punch them in the face. That person did something. Oh, and we go through it. I'm going to get them back like this. You know, we all seem to be able to do that really, really, really well. But we have trouble, you know, turning that intensity of vision and emotion into something, into what we want. And that again is programming. That's how we've been taught up. Focus on the bad. So this is what the growth experience is. This is what going inside is. It's all about becoming more of us, becoming more powerful, and understanding that we're the power, and controlling our imagination, understanding that what we think is literally creating what we're going to experience in the future. That's how it works. And of course, when they control what we think, they then control what we experience in the future, and they get to create and build their world. So that's how it works. So ignore them, right? You're all men and women. The only laws you come under is the law of the Creator. Do no harm, cause no loss or injury. That's it. So if you're driving in your car and a little robot man comes up in his blue suit and says, you were speeding, you were driving your car on the road that you pay for, but I think that you were going too fast, so you're going to have to give me money. Where's the victim? Who got hurt? Who did you cause harm to? No one. So that's false. That's fake. Okay. You don't work for the corporation. First thing you do when they walk up is you ask them a question, so you take power. Like, you know, they walk up and they go to say something, and you're like, where's the emergency? And they say, what? Where's the emergency? You've got your emergency lights on. Sorry, am I in your way? Have I stopped you? Where's the emergency? And they'll be like, And then you say, well, you know, it's the law, right? It's written in the law. Here it is. Have it in your car. It says you can't have the emergency lights on unless you're going to an emergency. That's illegal. Where's the emergency? Suddenly they're on the back foot. Take the power back, guys. Understand. Be in honor. Yes, Callum, be in honor. There you go. Be in honor. Always act in honor. Always act through your ethics. You know, be ethical. Be the person that you know you are. Be like these, you know, heroes of old. These people that don't bend and break. They stand for something, and that's it. They are immovable in their, you know, their ethical makeup, in their morals. They're immovable because they stand for something. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, right? Excuse me. And oh my God, I've been going for 2 hours and 37 minutes. How did I do that? So, all right, I'll just say a quick goodbye, read a few more things, and then I shall get off. And I may, who knows, I may be back with Bernie today. Who knows? But I'll definitely be back soon. Yeah. Flat fact, emergency. Exactly right. Yeah. So look into the, you'll be able to find it in laws, print it out. But yeah, emergency lights, there has to be an emergency. And just to stop you, they need to have suspected you of a crime. What's the crime? Where's the crime? What have I committed? So if you just have a couple of bits of paper in your car, you know, have some laminated and have some you can hand out to these people, they can't touch you. So stand in your strength. And this is why self-education, autodidactic, when you know this stuff, it's powerful. You're empowered. When you don't know it, you're like, oh, sorry, officer, here, take my money. Just let me go on my way. Don't hurt me. You know, so it's all about knowledge. You know, be autodidactic, self-educated, empower yourself. What just happened? Did my camera just move? I think it did. Whoops. There you go. I think I banged my desk. My camera's a little bit precarious. That's another thing I need. I've just got a webcam, so I need to work on getting an actual, you know, like camera handy cam thing. So yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Like I said before, if there's anyone that wants to or can or has, you know, feels that they would like to help out with things like a Discord channel or any other sort of social media, get in there and help, you know, on that. That would be very much appreciated. Just, you know, a bit time poor, can't do everything. So let me know, send me an email, leave it in the comments. But thank you all for joining me. I love you all, guys. Stand in your power. You know, everyone who's in these lockdown cities, spend the time to go inside, work on yourself. You know, really start to understand who you are. Because when you understand who you are, you'll understand how powerful you are. When you understand how powerful you are, you understand that no one gets to tell you what to do ever. Okay, unless you're doing the wrong thing. But if you know who you are, you're not going to do the wrong thing. You're going to stand in your ethics and your morals, and you're going to stand for what is right. And so this is where we need to get to, guys. No one has control or power over you. All these laws are just made up. And one thing I'll say that I heard the other day, as far as the Bible and Jesus, right? Jesus walked on water, right? He walked on the water. What's the water? That's the maritime law, admiralty law, right? The Phoenicians, the Archon. He walked across the top of it. Okay. He didn't interact with it. He was above it. Okay. That's what that means. He didn't literally walk on water. He walked above the admiralty law. He was not in it. And that, if you read a lot of what he said, this is what it's about: overturning the money changes in the temple, right? We've got to start to really interpret all these stories and all these things ourselves, and stop listening to men in dresses with funny hats. They don't know. They just want to indoctrinate you. The Bible's got a lot of truth in it, but only when you read it for yourself and interpret it yourself. If people are telling you the meaning, you've given your power away. So self-education, guys, it is the way forward. And, you know, look inside yourself, guys, because all the answers are there. Life is an inner game, and you're doing well. You're here, guys. We are the change. You know, we're changing the world. The awakening is happening. So get out there, raise a vibe, and be the change you want to see. And of course, guys, yeah, exactly, Karen, right? Funny hats and funny masks. And is that why they're wearing the mask? Are the masks more for these people, you know, the polys and that, to hide themselves? Because we see all these changes going on, right? Who are they really for? Of course, it's also a Janus ritual. We know that. Go check out What the Flock TV if you don't know what I'm talking about. So there you go. Thank you, everyone. Anon Amas, Nanette Jackson, Shelley Texley, Tall Oaks, Callum, Free Soul Hippie, Starlight, John Fennick, Heartline, Kelly Dolan, and everyone who I've missed. Love you all. Thank you for joining me. Stay strong. And just remember, guys, you are awesome. You have everything you need to build whatever you want. And together, we're going to do it. We're going to make this world amazing and turn it into the world that we want, that we deserve. So thank you for joining me. Love you all. And I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.